Well, I'm sitting at a shopping center. I like that store, Freshco. Didn't see them in the States. So I'm in Niagara on the lake. So this is Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2020. And across the street over there, there was a McDonald's. So I had my favorite lunch. And the McDonald's is closed. Now everybody's pretty much, the entire Ontario is going into lockdown after Friday. But I can say that people are pretty disciplined. Everybody's wearing masks. You know, of course, you know, not outside, but when you go inside. And there's markings everywhere, just like, you know, stay away 2 meters, 6 feet. And so I went, ordered the food at McDonald's in the drive-through, and I was trying to see if you can go inside. Yeah, you can go inside and order, but all the tables are, you know, closed. So I ate in my car. So I had 12 beef patties, and she said, "How many?" I said 12, and she's like, "Hold on." Okay. It was like 15 bucks Canadian, and so I couldn't finish it. 12 is too much, you know, I can do 10, so I only finished 10. And I asked him, I said, and they told me to park, you know, I was sitting there in the drive-thru, of course, you know, it's not a quick order, right? Because they have to grill so many of these beef patties, and they said, "Can you please park, you know, at the sign over there, we'll bring it out to you." So it took him like 5 minutes, and I asked him, I said, "Can you please give me 2 packets of salt and 2 packets of pepper?" What was it in French? Poivre, I think. Merci beaucoup, bonjour, I don't know. But anyway, so I opened the bag, you know, they give you the plastic bag. They give me 2 plastic trays of 6 with 6 patties in each one, and the entire bottom of the bag was covered in this. No, I said, "Chew." Give me 2 packets of salt, 2 packets of pepper, and they give me like, I don't know, half a kilo of salt, half a kilo of pepper. And now I found these because basically, you know, tomorrow everything is going to be closed. So I went to this Freshco store. Wanted to go to Walmart, but then I saw this one. I know that this one is not too expensive. And so, and there's a Shoppers Drug Mart over there. The red building, that's kind of like a pharmacy, but they sell food. And most importantly, they sell this. And I'm so used to, you know, starting my day with a good protein bar. And these ones are dairy-free. You know, pretty expensive, $3. But all different flavors. So over here it's 3 for 10 bucks. But this is like my breakfast, you know. 1 bar is my breakfast with coffee. So now I'm good for 3 days. Okay. And then I don't want to eat this, but I love this bread, this kind of, you know, baguette. And I have a toaster oven in my trunk. And so now I'm gonna, for the next 3 days, I'll be cooking this pork chops, you know. Then I get some beer for tomorrow. This is a Stella. All this Freshco now, they sell beer and wine. And some raspberries, some dairy-free cheese, some avocados, and I like this, asparagus, and some Brussels sprouts somewhere there. And what I do with those is I grill them in the toaster oven. I already tried it. It's super. I love this, you know, grilled veggies in an oven. In my case, a toaster oven, but it's the same thing. It takes like 15-20 minutes. So I do like 20 of these. And I think they said on Google 15-20 minutes, but it took probably closer to like 25-30. But they were super tasty, you know. Just like a food by itself, grilled Brussels sprouts, and then I did grilled asparagus. also took pretty long. So there's lots of food here, so I'm ready for the lockdown. And then I got bread, I got this, and this yesterday I got this wine. I need to cut on the wine, but I like this red wine. So this is Wolf Bass Cabernet. So this is about 12-13 bucks over here in Canada. Yeah, our liquor prices are much higher than in US. All right, are we still recording? Yeah, so see, the woman is driving and she still has her mask on. Okay, mine is here. And so yeah, I'm spending a few days at the hotel over here in Niagara on the lake. Recently I came to like this place because you don't see tourists, whereas if I were to go to Niagara Falls, yeah, there's too much, food traffic, too many people, especially now during this crazy pandemic. I want to try to stay away from people as often as possible. And of course, you see, I've been surviving, right? This started this spring, right? And I've been surviving, and I think as truckers, we are in a good position to stay away from this virus, because you see, like, I'm sitting by myself in my car. I don't have a family. I don't have a dog, right? So I don't have many friends. And most friends I have are online friends. So there's very little interaction, except when somebody knocks on my door and says, "Hey, I know you, I watch your videos." Yeah, recently, where was I? I was moving something. I think it was, this last load, I think, when I did the farm tractor, right? I was getting some DEF at a truck stop. I think I was in Wisconsin or Illinois, like right after I picked up that farm tractor. Case, what was it? Case 200. And some Russian guy starts screaming at me, "Hey, I know you. You have a YouTube channel, right?" And then he switches to Russian. "Я тебя смотрю. Класс." And I say, "Yeah, cool. But if you guys come and to say hi, that's cool. Just please wear a mask, right? Because I'm wearing a mask when I'm talking to somebody, because my mask protects you, your mask protects me. So if you're not wearing a mask, I cannot talk to you." Because a couple of times people just come over, and I start backing because nobody has a mask. It's like, if you're outside, but why you don't come so close, right? So that's the thing. I don't want to get sick. Because if this driver gets sick, then my president gets sick. And if he's in bad mood, you don't want to go there, Because I'm a one-person company. So I cannot afford any sick days. Now, what else is happening is I thought maybe I'll see something on the load board, but of course, this is Christmas Eve. But actually, a couple of people posted something, but everything was pretty far away. In Washington, going to Western Canada, then another guy had something in Oklahoma posted, and then Landstar had something on their load board. But again, it was in somewhere in the middle of US, going like 900 miles away from me, and it's going to Western Canada. I don't want to be stuck in Western Canada after New Year, because there's not going to be any loads. And first off, it's 900 miles going down, empty, too much, and then you go in the wrong area. And actually, I booked a load. When? Yesterday, I think. Yeah, I booked a load. It was going on for like about 2 hours. Can you do this? And it's a D9, Caterpillar D9. I love these huge dozers. I never, hardly ever move them, right? I wanted to move a dozer just to show you guys, something, very cool. It's a huge machine, right? Weight-wise, it was about 85,000 pounds. And I think it didn't have a blade, otherwise it would be much wider. So this one, they said, was like 11 feet wide, and then height was shown as 13 feet 3 inches. And I didn't pay too much attention to that because I don't trust brokers for dimensions ever. And I thought a dozer that is 13.3 high, that doesn't seem likely. I said, I can do it. Here's my rate. Send them a rate. And then they said, when can you pick it up? I said, hey, I can pick it up anytime. Just, I might be stuck on Christmas and New Year, and permits can take a while, right? So, because they were asking me, when can you deliver? But anyway, so yeah, that one, and this one was going to Newfoundland. So pickup was at the Caterpillar plant in Illinois, not too far from Chicago. And it would have been a super interesting load, huge dozer. And Newfoundland, I've been there, many times, like 3 or 4. So I know that island. So you have to take the ferry, which like 6-hour, very scary run, on the water. It's like the whole thing shakes, It's I consider it a bit dangerous, And then you land, and that ferry port is 500 miles away from typical destination for all loads, which is St. John's, the capital of Newfoundland, which is on the far east side of the island. So it's 500 miles there, 500 miles back. So it's 1,000 miles, and that's what when I was building my quote, I said, okay, so I'm going to charge you for 500 miles to come back to the ferry, and then 900 miles to get to Montreal, because there's no loads in North Sydney, Nova Scotia, where you end up once you're off the ferry on the land, And so they agreed to everything, right? And then they sent me the rate confirmation, and I said, okay, I'm going to sign and send you back the rate con shortly. And then the agent says, oh, Sergey, I just noticed that the Caterpillar for this load at the top of the bill of lading, it says beam. They requested a beam trailer. Is that the trailer you have? And I said, no, that's not the trailer I have. Come on, my trailer. I have a level deck, 60 ton, 22 inches tall when loaded. And I double checked the specs again, and I see, yeah, so that dozer is 150 inches tall, 150. But that's from the ground to the top of the cab. And the problem with this D9 is that, by law, they have a ROPC, rollover protection cage, on top of the cab. And with that one, the height becomes 157 inches, right? So, and that's where they came up with this 13.3. And so I emailed them. I said, hey, can you please ask the shipper if they can remove this stupid ROPC, this cage, because I look at pictures and it looks like it's removable. A couple of bolts. And then a friend of mine who moved these before, he says, well, it's a safety equipment, so it has to be done by authorized Caterpillar dealer, and then when they install it, it has to be recertified again, because it's one of those things where it has to be certified. So basically, I guess they would charge money for that, right? I think. And so, of course, these guys have no interest in doing that, and the broker says, yeah, I talked to the shipper. They said the dozer is already off the, it's out of the plant. It's in a storage yard, so they don't want to, They don't want to do this. And plus, even if they removed it, they did request a beam trailer. And so I talked to this friend of mine again, and he says, yeah, if you show up there with a different trailer, even though the height is okay, but they did request specifically beam trailer, they will not load you. And so I said, yeah, I'm not gonna drive 600 miles to Peoria, Illinois, just to be turned around and go back empty home. So that would be just a waste of money, you know, and time. But that would have been a nice, super nice load. And so I tried to find something else. The same broker had something different, but we couldn't. They wanted me to guarantee that I could deliver before January 4th. And again, we agreed on a rate, everything is cool, and then they were asking about this, and I said, no, I cannot guarantee that. Like, honestly, no, I cannot let you down, because permits might take a while during holidays. I think it was either a rock truck or an excavator, something like that. And so she never get back to me, and that's it. So that was yesterday, and so now this morning I checked, there's 2 loads posted in the wrong area. So forget it. But I didn't book the hotel. I only booked the hotel for 3 nights, because I thought, you know, maybe somebody will contact me today or tomorrow, you never know. Maybe there'll be a load for Monday, you know, because Monday it's a working day. And it would be cool if I can just go somewhere in the States, for example, like, you know, 300, 400, 500 miles and bring something back to Canada. And so I'm keeping my options open. But for now, that's what I've been doing. Some shopping, some relaxing, right? And so now the plan is the weather is going to deteriorate considerably later tonight. So you see now the sky is like, it's what the time now? Come on. +6. You see, it says +6. Oh, 228. Okay. So 228. So 230. It already looks like it's getting ready to get dark, right? But the sunset, official sunset, oh yeah, that's the store I talked about, Shoppers Drug Mart. It's like a big chain we have in Canada. You can find the same facade, you know, the same logo pretty much everywhere. I went in, that's where I bought these. And I went in, I checked my lottery. I won free play. Okay, not 50 mil this time, but free play, that's good. And so yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not too far from Niagara Falls. And what happens over there, they have this Festival of Lights. And they were saying that you can see it right from your car. Because, you know, it's going to be chilly, and like I said, the weather is going to change. They promised rain, and then the rain changes to snow, and the temperature will drop below freezing. And so yeah, I don't want to walk there. Plus parking is not that easy to find in downtown, you know, Niagara Falls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second video. I have both of my GoPro cameras charged. I mean, both of the batteries on my GoPro 8 charged. What I want to do is, now I'm just going to return to my hotel, but at 4 o'clock, which is 30 minutes before sunset, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to drive northeast from my hotel towards the lake, where I can grab Niagara Park, what is it called, Niagara Parkway? Yeah, I think Niagara Parkway. And that Niagara Parkway follows the Niagara River straight south right to the falls, you know. And of course there's gonna be traffic and stuff like that, but you can see like some amazing illuminated statues, you know, and all kinds of like big toys on lawns, you know. So I thought it would be cool to show you guys, because this is like, it would really make it feel like Christmas, because of course this is not, doesn't look like Christmas. There's no snow, And actually they said it's gonna rain, but it's not raining. But it did rain in the morning. But like I said, towards evening the temperatures are gonna drop, and we should have some snow. And so that's the plan. I'm just gonna wait till 4 o'clock, and then I'm gonna do a drive-by of this festival of lights with the GoPro, and I'll do a separate video about that. And I just want to thank everybody for watching my channel in 2020. Thanks for being the patrons of the arts, so to speak. The YouTube channel helps me a lot. Sometimes, you know, when the trucking slows down, it helps me with my trailer payments, believe it or not, quite often. And speaking about trucking, I was just checking my revenue. As usual, the best months in terms of money were the summer. Specifically for me, it was like early spring, like May, and then June, July, and I think the September, October were pretty good. I think the biggest paycheck I got was that for that Volvo excavator from Michigan going to Terrace, BC in September, in June, somewhere there. So that one paid pretty good, except I had to go empty all the way from Terrace, BC down to Las Vegas, Nevada. So there was a lot of deadhead miles, but it was a pretty interesting trip, but lots of expenses, you know. And that's one thing I discovered this year. So of course this year I picked up my Jeep, and I picked up my booster, which allowed me to start moving much heavier loads. And the first thing I noticed, like, not so much a change in revenue, but I noticed that now I'm spending a lot of money on permits, because of course, you know, when you're just wide or tall, permits are cheap. But as soon as you're heavy, you know, that's when they punish you with the dollar, or наказывают рублем, as we say in Russia. So when you're heavy, permits are super expensive. And of course, when you, like, with the Jeep and the Stinger, I'm 105, 107 feet long. Many states require pilots, and those guys don't work for free either. So yeah, this year was interesting for me. So I started getting closer to 60-ton loads, but quite often I found that 9 axles is not enough. You know, like, that lift axle is useless on the truck. Once you hook up a tandem Jeep, it doesn't help. So the lift axle is great when you don't need the Jeep, you know, like an 8-axle rig, 4-axle truck, 4-axle trailer, specifically for Eastern Canada and Northeastern US, perfect. As soon as you hook up a Jeep, forget about the lift axle. Might as well have a regular truck with tandem drives. And so yeah, I found that quite often just having 4 axles in the back, 2 plus 2 or 3 plus 1, is not enough for loads that are, let's say, even 110,000 pounds, because many states only give you 20,000 per axle, so you need 10 axles, right? And so that was the other big occurrence for me in this 2020, is that I placed the order for the used flip axle, right? I just made the first payment. I have to make 3 or 4 more payments, and then I can go down in US and pick this up, and then I will have 10 axles. So with a tandem Jeep, let's say I'll have a 3-axle truck, tandem Jeep 5, and then I'll have 3 plus 2 in the back, 5. So hopefully the next year you will see me move bigger and heavier loads. So I cannot sit on my laurels. I always have to move forward. I'm always looking at ways to increase my revenue. So that's hopefully what 2021 will bring. You know, more interesting loads, more money, and of course I'll keep working on my Challenger. I know some guys don't like don't like when I post videos about this, just don't watch it, you know. I'm a creative guy who likes more than just trucks, specifically cars, photography, landscapes, nature. So my channel is about all of that. So if you see a title that's not related to trucking, just don't watch. No need to put thumbs down just because you don't like the title. All channels are blocked until further notice. Probably until my birthday in January. Just keep it civil. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.